Joining us on this beautiful morning. What a wonderful day to gather here at the heart of downtown Albuquerque at Civic Plaza. It's always nice when we can bring our partners together and join together to talk about where we're going as a city and where we can go in partnership with our other partners. Today is not just about signing an agreement, it's about taking steps towards transformation, towards collaboration. I want to start with a simple idea. Great things happen when we decide to work together, when we collaborate, when we forge partnerships for shared goals. I want to thank our partners who have been with us in these shared goals for a long time. The Greater Albuquerque Chamber of Commerce, the Albuquerque Regional Economic Alliance, Visit Albuquerque, many of our developer partners and property owners downtown and across the city have been committed to downtown revitalization and transforming what happens right here in downtown Albuquerque. And of course, very excited to thank the University of New Mexico for joining us in this focus. Throughout history, cities and institutions have thrived, and they have done so when they work together. It is not in isolation that has been their success. It's the collaboration that we have seen this happen before. And that is exactly what today is about. The City of Albuquerque and the University of New Mexico are coming together with a shared vision to bring the university to downtown Albuquerque. Now we know that there's been lots of thoughts around this in the past, and there's been lots of discussion about downtown transformation. So this is not just about planning and bureaucracy and lots of discussion. It's about creating a dynamic center of innovation, learning, and economic growth. It's about making sure our city's children and students see their futures right here in Albuquerque. And it's about ensuring that downtown is not just a place of history, but a place of possibility. At its core, this partnership is driven by a belief that if we invest in people, we create spaces where learning, creativity, entrepreneurship, and business can thrive. We build a city that's not just there to survive, but that flourishes. And the best part about this is that this is not a city project. It's not a University of New Mexico project. This is a community project. This is a partnership amongst many. I named our economic development partners, our chamber partners, our tourism partners that have all had a focus on what happens downtown and the amenities. But we also have our developer and property owner partners that have joined us today, and you're going to hear from about what this partnership can lead to. So let's hear from Mayor Tim Keller and President Garnett Stokes about this commitment. We're also going to hear from City Councilor Joaquin Baca and two of our downtown Albuquerque property owners and developers, Carlos Garcia and Mark Baker, will share their perspectives as well. So please welcome Mayor Tim Keller.
All right, well, good morning, everyone, and it is especially special to see folks out here from all sorts of different connections to downtown and to UNM. And so really it's a wonderful occasion when we can gather on our Civic Plaza to talk about such, I think, a powerful vision and something that we are going to try and move as fast as we can from vision to reality starting today. Now, a couple of things. I do have a fun cane and a nice boot. And so, I used to play football 3 times a week. Not anymore. So, but we also know that I think, let me take a step back. Our city, in many ways, has had good ideas for a long time. And as I look out in this audience, many of you have had these ideas for decades. I'm talking about the rail trail. That thing was like at least 30 years ago when we thought of that. For the 80th time, I'm not going to give Dale Decker credit because I always do. No, I'm just kidding. So, but, we've also had like the rail yards. And, what are we going to do with the rail yards? Why don't we do this rail trail thing? Why don't we have UNM downtown? Why don't we have universities downtown? This is what's happening in Albuquerque that people see just really starting last year. Is we are finally breaking through on these, they're old ideas, but they're good ideas. The difference is we're finally getting them done. And this is a huge one today. So obviously the rail trail actually is under construction, phase 1, just checked it out this morning. So while it might take a long time, that is real, it's going to happen. We're not here to talk about CNM, but they are doing the rail yards, and so that is also going to happen. And we're going to have hundreds of students at the other end of downtown. But today's focus is, of course, our flagship university, the University of New Mexico. And for the city of Albuquerque, we know that essentially the key to downtown has to be having more people down here. It's a very fundamental concept, whether it's for tourism at our convention center or whether it's in our offices. But we know that after COVID especially, look, a lot of these buildings don't have a lot of people showing up to work in them, even if they're rented. And so we want to convert them to housing. And I know we hopefully will have a great project over at Wells Fargo where we're going to do that. But we also know we have to find other ways to get folks to be downtown and utilize this amazing infrastructure in this urban environment, really the only urban environment in about 1,000 square miles. So we look to other cities, as always, for best practices. And lo and behold, thanks to Area and others, we looked really hard at Phoenix. And what we've seen, not just in Phoenix, they're just the closest example, is that universities can be the catalyst to resurrect downtowns. And it's for a number of good reasons. One is universities need more space, including UNM. So fundamentally, there's that very utilitarian need. But the second thing is, there's synergies for what universities do and what happens downtown. And so we won't go into different specific like majors and things like that, but think about it, we have the court system here. So obviously anyone who's involved in that, from social services to legal, there's a reason, an internship connection, a workforce development connection, there's a reason to be here. And also, people say, well, government's the only, folks left downtown. Well, who trains everyone who works at City Hall? Pretty much UNM. And so obviously there are tons of opportunities when it comes to public administration, planning, even architecture, all sorts of professions that can benefit from proximity, being close for professors and educators and then practitioners. And so combining those ideas is the power of what it means to have a university downtown. So for us today, of course, we're going to sign an MOU to commit to just that, to finding a way to bring Lobos downtown each and every day. And I want to highlight just a little bit about the vision because of why we're here. For us, I think in general, we're not concerned essentially about the details about what particular major comes down here or student or things like that or where they go. We just want UNM and downtown connected as a symbol of strength and a symbol of growth for New Mexico and for Albuquerque. But we obviously have an empty parking lot, which I've highlighted many times. This is another oldie but goodie. I think I'm the 4th mayor who would like to put something there. And I'm hoping that we're going to get it done in the next few years. There's also some wonderful office space that is available behind me that could be another home. And there's also this unknown building next to City Hall that very few people know about. And the Garcias can tell you all about it. It actually has some amazing historic features. But that building is also sort of on the table, if you will. And so we're going to figure it out. That's what we're committed to. That's what the MOU is all about. But at the bottom line, it's about breaking through to bring UNM downtown and to bring those hundreds of students each and every day to help revitalize our downtown. The last part of that is when more people are downtown, it obviously helps all the businesses downtown, whether it's the restaurants or whether it is housing because people want to live close to where they go to school and close to where they work. And so we know that even in the post-COVID environment where a lot of people aren't going to work every day, this university model actually works. And that's why we're going all in with the Lobos. So with that, I'll hand it back. Do I introduce the next person or? Okay, back to Samantha. She didn't get to introduce herself, but let me do quick thank yous. So listen, obviously I want to thank the president of UNM, Garnett Stokes. She's going to speak. And she has really leaned into this in a way that I think shows real vision and long-term leadership for the university. Something that we really, really need in Albuquerque and at UNM. But also she has an amazing team and they have been really good to work with. And from my end, Samantha, of course, is our CAO and she's loved this idea from day one. And so I'm very grateful to have her leading the charge on this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor Keller did allude to the fact that I have been a long-time supporter of downtown vision and have actually done this work with a previous higher ed partner from the other side. And it was exciting work to be able to think about how you bring higher education to downtown, the CNM Stimulus Center, and all of the other things that have happened with CNM. I was really proud to be part of that. But today, I am really proud to say that I've had a great opportunity to work with the University of New Mexico's team. Thank you, Dr. Stokes, for assuring that the best people are around the table. And so with that, I want to say, turn it over to President Stokes for her remarks.
Well, good morning, distinguished guests, Mayor Keller, members of the Albuquerque community, fellow colleagues. Today does mark a significant milestone in the relationship between the University of New Mexico and the city of Albuquerque. This memorandum of understanding represents our shared vision for a vibrant, innovative, and economically thriving downtown area. UNM has long been a catalyst for New Mexico's artist, intellectual, and economic growth. Our commitment to expanding our presence downtown aligns perfectly with our mission to foster creativity, drive economic development, and serve our community. This commitment is further strengthened by our valuable partnerships with organizations like the Greater Albuquerque Chamber of Commerce and the Albuquerque Regional Economic Alliance area, which have been instrumental in advancing the region's economic interests. As a proud member of the Albuquerque Chamber of Commerce, UNM has been actively involved in initiatives that promote business growth and community development. In fact, I'll be joining our Vice President and Director of Athletics and head football coach later today, right after this actually, at a chamber luncheon to talk about the impact of Lobo athletics on the region and our vision for the future. Similarly, our partnership with AREA has been crucial in enhancing the competitiveness of the Albuquerque region for business attraction and retention. This new initiative builds upon our existing downtown projects, like the Lobo Rainforest, and opens new avenues for education, research, and community engagement. And I'd like to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to the exceptional leadership team that I have at the University of New Mexico. I won't be able to name them all. Many are here today. Teresa Costa-Andonitas, our Executive Vice President for Finance and Administration. Dr. Mike Richards, our Executive Vice President of our Health Sciences Center. Provost James Holloway, and Tom Neal, representing Lobo Development. They and their outstanding teams, and let me focus on the value of the teams, have been instrumental in bringing this partnership to fruition. Their dedication to UNM's mission, their commitment to fostering strong community partnerships have been exemplary. By potentially establishing new facilities and programs in the heart of Albuquerque, we aim to create a dynamic hub that will benefit our students, our faculty, and the broader community, contributing significantly to the $5.2 billion economic impact that UNM already generates annually for our state. Our vision extends beyond mere physical expansion. We see this as an opportunity to develop innovative academic programs that respond to the evolving needs of our students and the evolving needs of our workforce. This initiative has the potential to transform downtown Albuquerque into a vibrant urban research center, mirroring successful models that we have observed in other cities. We're excited about the possibilities that this partnership presents. From exploring new locations to identifying academic program opportunities, we're committed to a thorough and collaborative process. We'll be engaging with our faculty, our students, and community stakeholders every step of the way to ensure our expansion aligns with local priorities and needs. Mayor Keller, we appreciate your visionary approach and the city's commitment to a project like this. to providing the technical support, to exploring the financial mechanisms, and assisting with the community engagement. Your offer of land demonstrates the city's dedication to this project. It's a big deal. We know it. Thank you. As we embark on this journey, we're mindful of the challenges ahead. This endeavor will require careful planning, resource allocation, and a shift in mindset. I'm confident, very confident, with the support of our partners and this community, we can create a thriving educational and economic ecosystem in downtown Albuquerque. I know that we can do it. So in closing, I want to emphasize that this MOU is more than just an agreement among partners. It's a promise to our community, a commitment to innovation, education, and economic growth. Together, we're laying the foundation for a brighter future for Albuquerque and New Mexico. Many of you may not know, but we have a 2040 plan that has been guiding us now for about 3 years, I would say. And goal one of that plan is advancing New Mexico. That is what this is about. A thriving downtown Albuquerque is instrumental to a thriving state. And we need to continue our focus on that. We know how important it is. So thank you all for your support and enthusiasm. We're going to make this vision a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Stokes. I'm ready to say, everyone's a Lobo. Woo, woo, woo. Great. Okay, up next we have our city councilor for the downtown district, Councilor Joaquin Baca.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And good morning. I won't say too much because a lot has already been said, and how can you say it better? And so, but I want to start by saying thank you to everybody who's been involved with this, President Stokes, Mayor Keller, CL, Dr. Single. You know, a collaboration of this magnitude, it's not a small thing, and it's going to take obviously a ton of work now and a ton of work moving forward. And so a big thank you to everyone who's going to continue this effort as it goes. As an alumni of UNM and a resident of downtown, someone who's had 1,000 conversations with my neighbors, with business partners, with city folks on what it takes to get downtown where it needs to be, this is really big news, and I am excited about this. It's big. And so, you know, it's just one more step. You know, there's so many big initiatives, the rail trail to speak, and small initiatives, everyone doing their small part. You know, all of us together, changing the story of downtown and changing the story of Albuquerque. You know, all of us moving forward together, and I'm excited. So I thank you to everybody, and thank you to everybody who's here.
Thank you, Councilor. I see him in the crowd, so I'm going to invite Mark Baker, local developer and downtown extraordinaire partner.
Thank you very much. What a great turnout. So I'm Mark Baker, for those of you that don't know. I'm a downtowner. I'm an architect and developer and property owner, and I'm very proud of this announcement today, very grateful for this commitment to downtown Albuquerque, because I'm tied in with the business community downtown, and there's a lot of wonderful property owners and business leaders that really believe in downtown, and we've been fighting the good fight for 10 years, and it's so wonderful to see the commitment from the city and the commitment from our flagship university, UNM, to come downtown and to show that they believe in the vitality of downtown. And some of the words that were said earlier were really resonated with me, which is a thriving downtown is the key to a thriving Albuquerque, and that is the key to thriving New Mexico. And so, you know, I speak on behalf of some of the downtown housing providers and some of the downtown business owners that are so excited to see this growth that's going to round out the community we have down here. You know, we have a vibrant business and entertainment community, and we have great housing, and now we have this educational component as well. So it's going to put more people on the streets, and so we're excited to see the students and the faculty and the staff come downtown. And speaking on behalf of everybody, all the mom and pop restaurateurs and 505 Central Food Hall, we look forward to feeding all of those students and faculty and staff down there and serving delicious food. So thanks again for this commitment to downtown, and we really appreciate it.
Okay, last but definitely not least, I want to invite Carlos Garcia up, and another downtown property owner.
Good morning. When the mayor talked about all the great ideas in downtown and old ideas and new ideas, it really got me thinking about all the meetings that we have as business owners about the potential collaborations that we could have downtown and how awesome it could be. And when Danielle took us to Phoenix and I got to see Dr. Stokes and Teresa and Dr. Holloway and Ryan and the mayor's team with the mayor and Samantha and Terry talking and collaborating and running ideas by each other as an active listener, I got off the plane, I called my brother Ed, I said, this thing's just gonna rock if we can do it. And so to both of you who've just done a great job in working together to put this together for everybody, and we love downtown so much, and we love Albuquerque, and again, that's why we're all here. But the ultimate winners, I think, in this are gonna be the students from UNM who are gonna get to experience a totally different type of learning that they would have on a traditional campus, have access to businesses and lots of other things that are happening down here around government, which are so key, especially in our state. And I think the rest of us are going to benefit so tremendously from all the other amenities that the property owners are going to be putting in, new restaurants, retail, housing. It's just going to make for a much more vibrant community for all of us. And I think with our view of downtown in our family is we always want to rate for the right thing. It's about timing. And so the timing is right. So for the ability for us to activate now, for all of us as property owners and potential investors that have looked at deal after deal, to see something like this is a huge endorsement for the city and for downtown. And so it's going to really invite a lot of people to step in and make awesome things happen. And so it's so great to see the UNM logo next to the City of Albuquerque logo, and something that I think is going to be tremendous for our community. So we hope that it is heavily supported by everybody, and that you all continue to work together and make it happen. Mayor says he likes to talk about timelines, so try to shrink it down a little bit, but I just am so happy for the UNM students and our community that this is going to happen. Thank you.
Well, let's get down to business. President Stokes and Mayor Keller, if you'll join us up here for the official signing, our partners, Terry and Tanya and Danielle, and board members of any of the organizations. Dr. Holloway, I think you should definitely be up here. You're going to be lifting a lot of effort to make this happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Counselor Waka.
Whoever wants to stand behind us. Yeah. Just going full speed like I do, and then it caught up to me. Very exciting.
That just works so well for me.
And I meant to let you know your home field indoor track is right there.
It is right there.
UNM is technically already.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's a great.
It is.
And we've
I
had
love
some great success there.
Yeah, it's fast. Also, I used to run on that track. I can't do it this year to open the. Usually that's how we open it. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Oh, that's nice. What's today's date? When are you Valentine's Day?
The 13th.
13th.
2025 is a great year.
It is. It is. Jerry, I'm excited about your event in an hour too.
I know, me too. I think it's going to be terrific. It worked out great.
All righty, that should do it.
Fantastic.
We're done. We did it.